If you're watching this, you're probably one of the better sales reps on your team. You build relationships, close deals, you know what you're doing. But I bet a significant chunk of your time is spent on doing admin. Things like updating the CRM, writing follow up emails, and checking which deals need attention. Things that you don't really have time for. Now, I'm not here to teach you how to be better at sales because you already know how to. But I am here to save you your time so you can focus on things that matter more. Conversations with leads, clients, building relationships, and most importantly, closing deals. So imagine after this video, this is what it looks like after every call. Deal stage is reviewed, CRM is automatically updated, follow-up tasks are created for you, and a personalized email is drafted and ready to be sent. And the best part is you didn't have to do any of this yourself. Now, even better, imagine every morning, emails that need to be sent are automatically sent. You have your reminders on tasks that are due today, deals that are at risk, flagged so you can step in before they slip. For urgent emails, replies are already drafted for you. This full overview of your day is in one place. No need to go to 5 different places to get it done in the morning. Hey there, my name is Yuji. I spent years in data analytics and machine learning. I was a senior engineer lead managing a team of engineers, helping executives make decisions with data. Now I help teams use AI every day, the right way without the hype. This video isn't about just another subscription or 3 different tools you'll have to pay for. Everything is done in one app. And you probably already have it. It's Claude, and that's all we need. Here's how it works. Claude can access your CRM, your email, and your meeting transcript directly. Tools like Granola or Fathom add a layer on top of something that you already have direct access to. So we skip that layer, go straight to the source, and use it to handle everything. You're giving Claude a set of instructions tailored to how you work. No extra bill, no outside help needed. And no, you won't be coding. And the whole setup takes less than 15 minutes. Okay, here I have my Claude Cowork open, and I'm about to trigger the command post call. Now, this is all you have to write, but because I'm doing this on a mock-up meeting, I'm going to provide a little bit more detail so that it doesn't accidentally send it to my real clients. Now, this fake meeting that I had with myself is for a fake company that wants to build a machine learning pipelines and a custom model. And I want the details from the calls to be populated in this deal card. So now I'm going to go ahead. Okay, now I can see my deal has been moved from discovery to qualification. And if I click on the deal card, I can see the details with the pain points, next steps discussed, and it even created tasks for me. So here it says I should reach out to them in 2 to 3 business days. Now I'm going to check my email here, and I can see that it's drafted for me with the details from the calls. And this is all done without me going to 5 different places or copy pasting. Just one command and it's done for me. Okay, now I'm going to run this command called catch up, and this is something that you run every morning. And because this is a mock-up, I'm going to give a little bit more detail again. Okay, cool. So now I have my morning briefing in one place. So I have the email draft that is ready to send, tasks that are due today, at-risk deals, and emails that are urgent and needs reply that are already drafted for me, and a quick overview of my meetings today. Before we go into details, I want to talk about something 99% aren't doing and why they can't be that 1% sales rep. Most people use Claude or GPT like vending machine. They open a chat, explain their whole context, get an output, copy, paste, close it. And when next call happens, the same thing. They're rebriefing every single day. And this is where you waste a lot of time, repeating over and over, getting inconsistent results, full of mistakes, and you end up fixing it yourself. So why even use AI at all, right? Now the shift is you need to start treating Claude as part of your team. A personal admin assistant you've already onboarded, not a seasonal temp suffering dementia. To do this, you have to build skills. But you do this once. Claude then knows your process, your business. It knows what details matters to you in your CRM, and it runs the same way every time without you explaining anything. Once you understand this shift, you no longer have to jump between all these tools to get what you need. Claude becomes that one place where all of it happens. You show up, type a command, and it's done. So that means you're no longer summarizing calls, no longer copy pasting, no longer writing follow up emails from scratch. This repetitive part, the part that stops you from getting more leads, that's what skill handles. So, what is a skill? A skill is a very organized prompt. Prompt is when you type something into ChatGPT asking, like, hey, what is this disease? It's exactly that. Except instead of typing out long instructions every time, you write it once, step by step, in plain text file. And Claude follows that exact process every time you run it. So, it's no code, no technical setup, just clear instructions in plain English. And lucky for you, I've already written this for you, so you can just copy for free. Everything in this video runs inside Cowork. So if you're already using Claude, just switch over from chat to Cowork. And if you haven't signed up for Claude yet, go to this website, claude.ai, and sign up. Okay, now let's set this thing up. You'll just have to do this once. Here's the overview. First, we're going to connect it to 3 different tools: Fireflies, Gmail, and HubSpot. Once we connect them to our Claude, then we're going to download a skill builder from Cowork. This lets us create any skills and then save it as a skill inside Cowork. So you can invoke it anytime you want. Then we're going to bring post call skill, which I'll provide it to you. You just need to move it over, copy paste, and then save it. Same thing with catch up skill. Okay, so now let's open up Claude. If you go to the bottom left corner, you'll see your name, click on it, then click settings and click connectors and click customize. So this is where you can add any tools that you want Claude to have access to. So you can connect Slack. Here you can browse all these tools. So you have Figma, you have Miro, Monday.com, Excel sheet, Shopify, etc. But today we're going to connect to Fireflies. So it's going to open up a window for us. So first it asks us to sign in with our Claude account. Okay, and then we click authorize. So we're going to have to do this for each of the tools. All right, so now it's connected, and here you can see the options where you can set it to always allow and needs approval. What that means is that when you create skills and then you are triggering that skill, for things that you always allow, it's not going to wait for your approval. It's just going to go ahead and do these things. However, for the things that you set it as needs approval, if it needs to execute that certain action, it's going to ask you what it's going to do. It's going to let you know what it's going to do, then ask you for your approval. So what this means is that when you trigger it, if you set it as needs approval, for every step, it's going to stop and wait for you to click manually approve. So this is fine when you're figuring out how Claude works and what it's doing for your understanding. However, in the future, I recommend setting it to always allow so that you can just trigger the skill and then go ahead and do other things. Okay, so now we're going to connect Gmail. In this case, if you have Outlook, you can go ahead and set that up as well. For this demo, I'm going to use Gmail. Okay, and then now we're going to add calendar. Same with calendar. If you're using Microsoft, you can go ahead and connect to that one. Okay, we have one more left. I'm going to add HubSpot. Okay, for HubSpot, make sure that the reading are always set to allow, because then every time it's trying to get details about your deals and tasks, it's going to ask you for approval. Same with manage CRM objects. If you set it to needs approval, it means it's going to stop every time it's trying to push those details from the meeting to pain points, next steps, and creating tasks. So I recommend putting them all to always allow. I'll just quickly show you my setup for Google Calendar. So for this skill, I put these to always allow, and I don't really need it to write anything to my calendar. So I set it as needs approval. With Gmail, I put everything as always allow because I wanted to be able to read my drafts and be able to write drafts and be able to change labels. And what that means is that it's just going to change to whether you read it, unread it, or other custom label that you have. Okay, and with Fireflies, I've also set to the read-only tools as always allow. Same idea here. If you don't want it to always ask you whether it can read certain transcripts, I suggest setting to always allow. Now, for today's demo, we don't need it. We don't need Claude to write anything to Fireflies, so I just set this as needs approval for now. Okay, coming back to Cowork, click on the plus that you see, and under skills, you're going to click add skill. And here you can see skill creator. This is what you want to download. Now I've already downloaded, but just click on the plus and then it'll download it for you. Make sure it's the skill creator. And once you're done, you're going to invoke it. So to do that, you go under skills and click on skill creator. Here, I'm going to say, I want to create a skill that helps me do several tasks after my meetings. I'm going to directly paste the text file over here. I want you to make it as a skill called post call. Okay. So now we send it over. In the meantime, I'm going to show you what this skill file looks like. So I'll provide the link in the description below. So for a post call, this is what it looks like. And we're going to copy it to make things easier for you. Just click on this button and it's already copied. So go over here, go back to your Claude, and then just paste it over. Now, a few things you have to adjust is the business context. So here I left this area for you to give more details about your business, the services or products that you provide, any details that you want to be captured from the meeting and be recorded in your CRM. Give as many details as you want because based on this detail, your Claude is going to behave in the way that you want or not enough. So here I have my own business contact. So I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here. And I'm going to send it over. So you can see now what the skill creator is doing to create this skill for you. It's going through these steps. And at the end, it's going to ask you to click the save button manually. After you do this, you'll see when we click on the plus button, you'll see your skill, your post call skill pop up. Okay, so this takes a little bit of time. So we're going to come back to this, but we're going to open a new task here and then repeat the same thing for our catch up skill. So here I'm going to click on the skill creator again and say, I want to create a skill called catch up. And this is something I would run every morning to see my morning brief. I'm going to directly paste the text file over here. So I need you to make that into a skill. Okay, just adding a little dash here and send it over. And your other task or our post call skill is being created on the side, so you don't have to worry whether we accidentally closed the window or not. Okay, and we're going to go back to my GitHub repo, then click on the catch up skill. And again, just click on the copy button over here and then paste it. Okay, so I'm going to send it over. After a few minutes, you should see something like this, save skill. So I'm going to go ahead and save skill for the catch up. And then if you click on the plus, you'll be able to see catch up here. We'll do the same thing with post call. Now with this one, I had a little weird glitch here, which is fine because it's a perfect demo for you guys. So it gave me a strange test and the test result. In this case, just say, okay, now I want you to make it as a skill. And then 2 minutes after, it gave me this option. So I'm going to go ahead, click it, and I'll also see post call skill underneath the skill. Okay, now to trigger it, I'm gonna go click the plus, click post call. Let's say I just had a meeting call, higher ops meeting, and I wanted to do all the tasks related to it. So I'm gonna command. I just had a meeting called higher ops. I want you to do all the post call tasks related to this meeting. And then you just send it over. Now I'm going to show you the example that I show in the beginning and tell you exactly what it did. So in the demo, I had a meeting called test. It was a mock-up meeting. So you can see here, use 2 integrations, use 3 tools. And with this little arrow, if you click on it, this shows you the details of the steps that it took to complete all these tasks. So here it says it pulled the transcript from Firefly for a meeting called test. And it's also going to go to HubSpot and try to pull the information on a relevant deal. In this case, it was YouTube demo. And then it'll judge whether this deal should be moved from the current stage to the next stage. And then it's going to come up with the details that it wants to populate in the fields like pain points and next steps, and also create the tasks. So if you scroll down a little bit, you can see that it fetched the transcript that you wanted, and then it'll search for the relevant deal here. And then let's click here. It'll populate the details, and then it'll create the tasks here. And lastly, it creates a draft for you and saves it in draft. And then adds labels to a message. This is just because when it creates a draft, it's left as a read. So it just switches to being unread. So that's just easier for you to find which draft was created. Now to trigger the catch up skill, going to skill again, and then click on catch up. And I'm going to command, give me a morning brief for today. So actually capture that. And then we're going to send it. I'm going to show you what happened for my demo. So here I asked the similar command, and it's going to give me this HTML that I can open in Google Chrome. Wow. So it's a little bit squished here, but that's what it's going to look like. So it says, here is a draft that is scheduled or should be sent today according to your tasks in HubSpot. Do you want to send it? And then we have the tasks that are due today. This is straight from HubSpot, and it's linked so that if you click on it, it'll open up the relevant tasks in your HubSpot. And then we have the at-risk deals. So this is from the deal board from HubSpot. Anything that had no activity in the past X amount of days, it's going to show up here. You can adjust this. I'll show you in a bit. Now with urgent emails, it's going to check my Gmail, anything that has been sent since yesterday, and see if anything needs an urgent reply. And it will draft an email for me. And then lastly, we just have a overview of the meetings that I have today. So if you are okay with sending all these replies for the urgent email and sending the draft that were scheduled today and any tasks that should be set as completed, it'll do it for you. So I would just go back to Claude and say, hey, everything looks good. Send the draft that are scheduled for today and come up with the replies for the urgent emails and send them for me as well. And anything, the tasks that are completed already, set it as complete. And then I can just send it and it will do it for me. Now, what if you want to edit the skills so that's more customized to your needs? You can head over to chat, and then here I've run this for you. I just create a skill called post call. It's currently running all the tasks for each of the meetings, but I would like to run this skill only once a day towards the end of my day where all the meetings would have happened. So I want to update the post call skill so that you'll grab all the transcripts that were created today and run all the tasks for each of those meetings. And here, Claude confirmed with me it updated so that now it fetches all the Firefly's transcripts from today, and then it'll process the task in chronological order. Here, I also added a little bit more instruction just to make it more clear for Claude so that when I trigger the skill, can you ensure that it doesn't need my input and just go ahead and find all the transcripts that happened or created today and then complete all the tasks and then confirm that it's updated. Now, you can update other things in the skill too. So, for example, currently, when it creates tasks in HubSpot for reminders, it'll set to 2 to 6 days or 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how the call went. So if it felt that the call had some momentum and the client probably is very likely interested in your product and will want to stay in touch with you, it'll set up to, I think it'll set up 2 to 3 days. Whereas if the client didn't seem very interested, or it mentioned that let's talk in a month, it'll set it to a month. You can adjust that to be always, following up with them the day after, or adjusting the time frame. So if you want to make those changes, just go right ahead in this chat and ask what you want to be updated. Here's a bonus. What if we can trigger post call without manually typing in post call in Cowork? You can do this by scheduling your skill. Here's how to do it. We're going to Cowork and click scheduled. And then we're going to click new task and set up manually. We're going to call this 5 p.m. post call tasks. Automatically run all post call tasks for all the meetings that happened today. So that's a description for us. And now here we're going to write the prompt so that the Claude knows exactly how to run our post call skill. Run post call skill every day once so that it does all the post call tasks for all the meetings that happened today. Fetch all the Firefly's transcripts and run the tasks for each of the meetings. And then we're going to set the ask for act without asking so that we don't need to stand by and approve every step. And for frequency, we're going to click daily. Do 5:30 p.m. And then we are going to save it. So when it saves, here we see that a card has been created for us and it's going to run every day at 5:30 p.m. You can always edit it so that, if you want to change your time or maybe you want to do it hourly, up to you how often you want to run the skill. Now go set this thing up and be that 1% sales rep. Let me know how you adjust the post-call skills or the catch-up skill to adjust to your business. And if there's any topic that you want me to cover in the next video, make sure to leave a comment below. And if this video helped you, please give it a like because it's going to help me a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.